Big dog boxing, motherfucker.
Most days I don't miss it. I'm very content doing what I'm doing in life right now. Who would you fight? That's the problem. You know, it's a lot of names out there, but it's not a lot of names that make sense. You know, um, but it's one name that I've brought up before that when you say that name, I can see myself fighting him. Present day, today. If the business was right and if everything was right on that front, me and Anthony Joshua. That's a fight that I would take at Wembley Stadium. It's a dangerous fight for my legacy. It's a dangerous fight across the board, and but that's a fight that would get me in the gym and get me in the mindset that I need to be in to go to war. It's Anthony Joshua, and I know you're getting ready to fight Jake Paul. It looks like that's where it's going. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a real fight.
I want you guys to think about something, gentlemen. How was Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua before Andre Ward? No, really think about it. How many times have you heard Andre Ward calling out Anthony Joshua over the years? 4 or 5 times at least. This dude, Andre Ward, keeps Anthony Joshua's name in his mouth. But now, it was looking like Andre Ward was just name dropping Anthony Joshua to keep his name relevant. Because there's been plenty of time and opportunity for Andre Ward to be in Jake Paul's shoes and be the one in the ring with AJ instead of Jake Paul. Jake Paul has more balls than Andre Ward. Pause. But yeah, man, it's looking more and more like Jake Paul has more heart and bigger balls than your guys' hero, Andre Ward, man. And for all of you Andre Ward fanboys that are trying to defend Andre Ward in the chat or in the comments talking about Andre Ward is retired, well then, why does he keep name dropping and mentioning Anthony Joshua? If he's retired, why does he keep name dropping active fighters? But yeah, man, Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua before Andre Ward. This proves that this dude, Andre Ward, that you guys put so high up on a pedestal, he's got no balls, man. And looking back on it now, looking back on his career, he retired just in time to avoid and duck Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Not to mention, Andre Ward ducked Adonis Stevenson. But yeah, Andre Ward had plenty of time and opportunity to fight AJ before Jake Paul. But yeah, man, I just thought I would mention that because I haven't seen nobody else talking about this or mentioning it. So I figured that I would just bring it up. I thought I'd bring it to the forefront. Just a thought that I had. But now I want to talk about the actual fight itself between Jake Paul versus AJ that's happening tomorrow night, live on Netflix. Live from the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida. There's a few things I wanted to address regarding this fight. First of all, I keep hearing a lot of people say that this fight is rigged, and there is some validity to that statement because, of course, it's Jake Paul. He's a YouTuber turned boxer, so I get all the skepticism. I understand how people will always have those thoughts in the back of their mind that thought that this is rigged. Now, my whole thing is that Jake Paul, right? If Jake Paul was still fighting Gervonta Davis, then yes, I can see how this is most likely rigged and staged because Gervonta Davis was willing to be a clown for Jake Paul's circus. He was willing to be part of the circus for a big bag or a big payday. But with Anthony Joshua, you see, the thing with AJ is he doesn't need a payday from Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua has more money than Jake Paul. And plus, AJ isn't retired yet. He has plans of returning next year. So this furthermore convinces me that AJ isn't going in there to lay down and help Jake Paul look good. Just go in there and lay down for a Netflix bag. If anybody's going in there for a cash out or a payout, it's Jake Paul. You see, what a lot of people are failing to realize is that in order for Jake Paul to receive a big Netflix bag, a big payout, he needs to fight a well-known, worldwide, internationally known name. Did you guys notice that Netflix did not pick up Jake Paul's last fight versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? No, they did not. That fight was on DAZN. Netflix was like, I'm not going for that hot garbage. You can miss me with that bullshit. Netflix will only pay out for real famous, real recognizable names like Mike Tyson or Anthony Joshua. And that's why Jake Paul is really stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to competition if he wants that humongous Netflix bag. And as far as the fight, as far as the actual fight goes, once Anthony Joshua lands some real heavy power shots to Jake's body, his head, his face, not only do I believe that there's a good possibility that Joshua possibly breaks Jake's ribs, jaw, orbital bone, etc., but I believe that there's a real possibility that AJ breaks Jake Paul's soul and spirit as a fighter. I do believe that there are ass whoopings that make you rethink even participating in the sport. And the type of ass whooping that AJ is going to put on Jake Paul is one of those type of ass whoopings. I've played this scenario in my head a couple times, like putting myself in Jake Paul's shoes. For example, I'm thinking if I'm Jake Paul and I'm going to fight AJ, how would I succeed? How would I approach this fight to become victorious? And to be honest, I don't see a way where Jake Paul can win this fight. You see, Jake Paul likes to fight from the outside. He likes to flick his jab, keep his opponent at a distance. He likes to box and score with the 1-2 from the outside. And for the most part, he's had success with that because he's been the much bigger and the taller fighter than his previous opponents. For example, Tyron Woodley. He's a lot shorter than Jake. Ben Askren was a lot shorter. Nate Robinson was a lot shorter. Julio Cesar Chavez, a little shorter. Nate Diaz. All these guys have been smaller than Jake. So his defensive style fighting from the outside has been successful. But versus an opponent like AJ, who's a lot bigger than Jake, you cannot fight from a distance because now Jake is at a disadvantage. AJ now has the height and reach advantage. And what Jake Paul needs to do is cut off that distance between AJ and himself. He needs to get in close perimeters to AJ and fight from close distance. In other words, Jake Paul needs to smother AJ. But even that game plan is like, good luck, Because I know a lot of casuals and even some hardcore fans that like to discredit Anthony Joshua for whatever reason. They call him basic and that he's only gotten this far because of his size and power. But if you're a real hardcore like myself and a fan of AJ, then you know this guy can box. Just look back at the second fight between AJ versus Andy Ruiz. I'm telling y'all, AJ is going to go in there. He's going to bend his knees right, kind of squat down to eye level with Jake Paul. And he's going to catch Jake with the smooth one. As soon as Jake comes in, trying to land something, trying to get close to Anthony Joshua, Anthony is going to hit him really hard in the face, and it's going to be all downhill from there. I don't see this fight going past 2 rounds. I'll be surprised, dude, if I see if Jake Paul sees the 3rd round. But yeah, guys, girls, that's all I have for this one. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, man. And you already know, once again, this has been your boy, Big Old Dog, boxing in the mouth. This bitch.